Hello, ALTTPR Leaguers. Welcome to week one of the 2023 Link to the Past Randomizer League. This is day two of co-op AD week. Well, 2.5. I guess we had a race on Sunday. We have a race for you tonight between the underachievers, represented today by GFE and sab0tender, versus the Cowardly Dodgers, who are latebit and homewrecker. I am Gilgamesh. I am joined today by the third underachiever, B-Train. Hello, B-Train.
Hello, I am going to do my best to give you unbiased commentary.
That's fine. You know, we all try to sign up to calm our friends so we can dunk on them. That's how this works.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got some co-op AD going on today. This is for those who are unaware. The two teams are in a voice chat with their teammate. So they have info. They're allowed to talk throughout the seed. They're allowed to share a document with information on the seed, and the goal is to, finish the seed as fast as possible. Winner will be the team who has the lowest average time between the two racers. This is obviously the first match between these two teams, as you can see by neither team having any points right now. Cowardly Dodgers, a bit of a new team to the league. It's made up of people who have all played before, but not in this configuration. And looks like we are getting underway here, finding a flute in Sanctuary. That's pretty nice. Nice way to start off.
Yeah, interesting to see latebit trying to make the decision as to whether or not to save and quit.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, you're not using the flute right now. Like, until you go to Caprica, you're not using the flute anyway. So, do what you were planning on doing. The rush to dam is interesting. I haven't seen that very often, but it pays off with hammer in the dam.
Yeah, nice item to find. I don't think underachievers will be too late to that, though, so that's fortunate. GFE doing a Houlihan here. I'm curious to hear your thoughts, because this has been our co-op opener for a very long time, and I've heard some very strong opinions on it. Do you have any thoughts as to whether or not the Houlihan opening is a good one or not?
I mean, so our team does not do it personally. I don't think it's necessarily a bad choice. But it is, that's like a minute of time there you're spending just to get money when, there's a pretty good chance you're going to find money along the way.
That's
so
fair.
Yeah, we kind of like to go for the Sanctuary and Uncle start when we do our co-op races.
Yeah, we like the Houlihan because it gives one runner a bit of extra time to kind of scout Kakariko, and then also with co-op, like sometimes you do find like a lot of cash throughout Kakariko. So, but with it being co-op, you don't always open up all the chests that your partner has opened. So it just kind of makes the resource management one less thing you have to worry about. Of course, if there's like a big 300 rupee hoard in back tavern, then you've wasted time, but those times, it's not that often that happens. It's like a glove in the back of tavern on Homewrecker's side.
Yeah, we are getting very close to their world access immediately here. It's like chat has some strong opinions about Houlihan's.
I'm fine with that. I want to hear the opinions. I want to. If you think it's terrible, let me know.
At T-Train on Twitch. But yeah, this is Sabo here in Blind's Hut does find a sword, but does not have the bombs to be able to check. So that's something that GFE is going to have to clean up, hopefully.
Yeah, and luckily with the flute, nothing that you have to leave behind here is ever going to be too far from you.
Latebit immediately rushing up the mountain. This is interesting.
Yeah, this is. I don't want to say it's like a bold play, but 3 hearts and these boulders, it's a bit daring. Especially for what you have available up here. It's really just spec rock.
Yeah, I mean, it's It's interesting. So it looks like Sabo picking up a couple bombs in Cackwell there. Nothing going on in Cackwell overall. Ooh, Cape on the bottle vendor. Interesting.
And Homewrecker showing us that that item in the back of Blind's hideout is a rupee. So luckily Sabo won't have to go back for that. This is a big trek for a heart container, which granted it is co-op. So again, you're not opening up all the chests. So you know these are things you have to consider. But that's a far
Yeah,
walk for a heart container, in my
I
opinion.
wouldn't have done that personally, but you know, maybe they felt like it was worth it. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, next thing you know, you're doing 5 heart fighter sword vidi, and then we look the fool. So really the question is, where's that pearl going to be? It looks like Sabo's heading towards Hyrule Castle. We still have Mini Moldorm. We have Ice Rod Cave. We also have Zora in Logic, technically,
Yep,
although that
that's a ways
I would
away.
hate to do that.
Saha Eastern area. There, yeah, Agina's Cave. There's still a lot of options left. GFE picking up a bunch of nothing in the back of Escape. Oh, mirror
Oh,
at
mirror.
Uncle. That's pretty good. So that gives us Hera access now.
Also, I mean, being a little bit of my bias showing, if I'm an underachiever fan, I want Cowardly Dodgers to find Pearl in South Shore now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, ignore
Pearl and
front of
Mini
Escape.
Moldorm would be perfect for underachievers.
Now, is skipping front of Escape forever like something you guys would do, or because I know we try to like make sure we cover all our bases between the two runners when possible. So even if we didn't immediately do like front of Escape, let's say we found Pearl here in Moldorm Cave, I'm still probably sending one person to Escape.
That's fair, but also, like, when you think about your entry points to the Dark World, you have the Village of Outcasts and Hype Cave, which are both high-density locations.
Yeah, that's true.
And you also kind of have in the back of your mind that you can cover Pyramid if you ever find the mirror anywhere. So, again, being an underachiever fan, that's kind of what you're hoping for, because you want Cowardly Dodgers to think that, like, oh, we'll just do Escape with Pyramid and we find the mirror. And you know that mirror happens to be in the castle, so that will never happen.
So yeah, I didn't finish doing team introductions here before everyone started, but I mentioned Cowardly Dodgers, underachievers, obviously, longtime league team, P-Train, GFE, sab0tender, brand new to Open League, I think.
Yes, we were relegated in the Invitational last year. We had a comedy of errors, depending on who you ask.
But looking to get back into Invitational League next year with a good run this year, so we will see how things go here. Mini Moldorm Cave not really offering much, although $300 is not too bad. Puts GFE pretty close to Zora money.
Is Homewrecker doing Back of Escape?
Yes, it looks like with that key in the back, he's going to go through to Dark Cross here. All right, nothing in Agina.
Yeah, I probably would have done Dark Cross with the front of Escape.
So it's looking like Eastern's probably got our answer between Saha or Eastern. Oh, I guess Hera could too. Little vanilla moon pearl.
Yeah, I'm assuming Homewrecker is, well, maybe not. I would have thought Homewrecker would have gone to front of Escape if Late Bit is doing Eastern area.
He might want to just get this hammer first to make the front of Escape a little bit faster.
Fear making a good point in chat that with the hammer and the mirror, we also have access to East Death Mountain. So that's Spiral Cave.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
Paradox.
true.
And it looks like Sabo is making that play. He's able to be a little bit more efficient up here because he's coming up here with the mirror in addition to the hammer. Flippers and back of Saha.
Okay.
As we were talking
Open
about
up a
Zora
couple more
earlier.
checks, yeah. It's like late, but it's gonna go do those flipper checks now. I'll get the bottle turn in here on GFE. This is oh, there he is.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Dark World access.
All right. Well,
It would be a bit unfortunate if Sabo were to find like mitts on East Death Mountain right now.
yeah, I'm a little surprised Sabo did I just miss it and Sabo just ignored Hera altogether, or did he do the bottom, like the first two checks?
I think he saw an item and then mirrored, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he actually went to the check, because I mean, if you find the item, then
obviously
you know
the other one has to be a
chest is a
key. Yeah.
So, and if he opened the chest, I didn't see it.
Well, either way, we're headed to East Death Mountain here. While GFE is starting off in Hype Cave.
So luckily, Homewrecker is going to get that mirror before he finds the Moon Pearl, so that is good.
Nice chest turns from GFE here.
This is what we spent all of our downtime practicing.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean...
Not routing, not boss fight, like chest turns.
No, the important stuff, yeah.
So get ready, everybody.
All right, let's see what we've got going on in Paradox here. Yeah, mitts would be pretty good here.
Well, except for the fact that Sabo doesn't have the Moon Pearl.
Okay, mitts would be not so good here.
I mean, it's good knowledge, but it would be some lost efficiency, Sabo doing this versus GFE doing it. But those are things that you can't really help. It's not. No, I don't mean to say it's an error on there.
No, that's totally a thing with co-op. Like sometimes the timing of you finding items just doesn't work out versus your teammate. So it looks like nothing going on East Death Mountain here. So I assume we're going to see Sabo grab that Moon Pearl and probably head into the Dark World as well.
Yes, I'm eating my words here a little bit. I made a comment that I wouldn't have done Dark Cross as Homewrecker, but it looks like because he did Dark Cross, he knew that Zelda Cell had to be a map. So he was able to skip Ball and Chain, which is kind of nice. I think Sabo is... Oh, Sabo needs a bottle.
Oh, I didn't see where that got picked up. Was that mini?
I think it was Mini Moldorm left, I think.
Yeah, it was a bee in a bottle, I believe. So GFE running here to pick up a potion. So, what do we want with a green potion this early?
Pod? Yes, pod. That's a potion glitch.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would probably have gone to, like, Clearable Thieves Town first over Boatless Pod, but I guess you can knock out Pod. Well, at least dip both Pod and Eastern here?
Yeah, I don't know, because I would think if you do Thieves Town... I mean, you can full clear Thieves Town, and it's a green pendant, which you could turn in with the mirror.
Right, yeah.
I don't know why you would do this over Thieves Town. Unless there may be a tech difference. I don't know, and this is just circumstance. I don't know if maybe like Sabo's not confident with Potion Glitch. So GFE is doing this because Sabo doesn't know how.
Yeah, maybe Sabo's just gonna take care of Thieves Town here. I mean, I guess this is fine if you want to split the work up here. As long as one person goes to Thieves Town, this is fine.
Yeah, I mean, and with Flute, like, Thieves Town, or the Green Pendant's not that bad of a turn-in.
No, yeah, we have pretty good mobility between the Flute and the Mirror, and obviously we're looking for boots, but you can get around the world pretty quickly right now. All right, well, let's see. Let's get our bow and pod here. Sabo gonna start in Skullwoods. See, this is I would have started Thieves Town, I think, and go north because you've already done the south checks. And if you find a fire rod in Thieves Town, you're gonna wish you saved this.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing I am thinking of is, the runners have to do something.
Yeah.
So if GFE, like either way, you're having a runner come to Pod and Eastern, probably without the Green Pendant, unless you just have both the runners concurrently doing Thieves Town, which also doesn't sound great.
Yeah, I think splitting up the work here is correct in this case.
I am with you that I probably would have done Thieves Town before doing Skull, though.
Yeah, give me the clearable dungeon first.
Although, one thing I'm wondering, again, just not sure how comfortable Sabo is with a Kern jump. I don't know if he's able to go east after doing Skull Woods.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I guess you're still going to head over that way for Graveyard Ledge at the very least, but yeah.
Sabo taking advantage of that small heart stun prize.
Early on, that's actually a pretty nice stun prize to have. Oh, the worst... Oh, I guess you have Boomerang. It's not that bad. I was going to say the worst room in the game without Samaria, but Boomerang makes this not too tough. All right, let's see if he finds anything in the back here. Now, most of this... Oh, okay, great. There's a mushroom in the back. The rest of this stuff is not going to be in Logic at the moment. Actually, none of this is in Logic at the moment because we don't have a bow.
Yeah, we don't have a bow.
Also, it looks like latebit found a hook shot. I did not catch where that was. I'm assuming somewhere in Vu.
It's like Chad is saying C-shaped house.
Yeah. Okay, well. That is a full clearable swamp.
Yeah, and as much as you want to split up the work, it's kind of hard for me to pass up just the free item density that is, Village of Outcasts. I mean, even if you're not willing to commit to clearing Thieves Town, it just...
Oh! There's submits, and Sabo can... Yeah, we have Cape, so you can get that as long as the bird wants to cooperate.
And Samaria in the front of Thieves. That's Mitz and Samaria, and we have a flute.
See,
don't
that
have
would
a
have
medallion yet.
Would make the middle room so much easier if you did these first.
Oh, GFE taking a death in the Dark Maze. I would probably bail on that.
I didn't see how many items did he get either of the items in the maze?
I know for sure that I know for sure the big chest had a compass.
Okay. It is interesting to see, GFE and Sabo are trying to stay as far away from each other as possible. Latebit and Homewrecker are taking the complete opposite approach and basically following each other to the items. Which isn't normally how I would approach co-op, but I don't know, maybe it'll work out here.
Yeah, I like to be spread out as much as you can without getting a severe dungeon deficit versus your partner.
Mhm.
You know,
All right, GFE heading back to the Dark Maze here. And this is, no lamp, green mail, going to be on 3 hearts going in here. This is not, you do have to be careful. Sometimes Kodongos don't play nicely.
all right. So Sabo is now going to pick up the goods that Thievestown has. So he'll be coming up on his hookshot cane
Well,
pretty quickly.
it's like GFE could have
with
bailed on Dark Maze, but at least you know now and you don't have to worry about it later.
nothing implied. Now we're diving eastern. I mean, you are here, but also GFE doesn't have the knowledge of what's in Village of Outcasts.
Right,
So I
yeah.
guess it makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, you're here. You came here with the intention of doing both, so I think it makes sense to continue through with that because, Sabo hasn't found... If Sabo found a bow, for example, then I would say, yeah, okay, maybe hold off on this, but Sabo hasn't found anything that's going to really change this yet.
I mean, mitts, you could make an argument that mitts are pretty substantial.
Yeah. But, I mean, what are...
And GFE's going to know that Hookshot puts Swamp in logic.
Yeah, with the mitts plus swamp, maybe, but, I mean, where do you send GFE? Do you send GFE back up the mountain for Dark Death Mountain? Or Smith Chain?
Either of those sound better than Eastern, in my opinion. I mean, other than
fair.
the fact that you're right here. This might also be a safety play in case there were, because you did have Flute in the very first chest for, half the players. So Eastern would have been a very convenient dive at any point in the Sphere 1 routing. So there is that. This may be a safety play, which I don't hate, but I don't really like either.
All right, latebit taking down blind. Gonna log our first dungeon clear of the match. Getting that green pendant. Homewrecker heading to swamp here. We will get to see some Specky clip for those who are not familiar. This is a newly legalized clip for League here. Well, for racing in general, but seeing its first real tournament in League here, where it lets you skip the first flooded room in Swamp Palace. Makes it clearable without the hammer even.
Yeah, this is probably my Achilles heel when it comes to pilot spoiler. I forget that this is an option. I forget to consider it in my routing, and yeah. So one thing worth mentioning here, right? So right now I feel like Cowardly Dodgers has a pretty clear lead over Underachievers. I'm trying to figure out what condition happens
Guess we're not going
that
to see
puts them back.
Well, I mean, it's still early, so it's hard to call.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a lost race. I'm just trying to figure out like what puts Underachievers back in the lead at this point, because GFE. Where is GFE go? Oh, is this Pyramid Catfish? What else?
I don't like this at all. Why would you ever walk out of here? You have Flute and Mirror. Like, what is...
Yeah, I would. So if I'm GFE, I'm 100% like I'm going to get the mitts, and probably going Dark Death Mountain or Swamp.
We're doing Hobo. Okay. Sure. Wait, no. What are we doing?
All right, so we've done Hobo from Pod.
Are we gonna continue along this trek? I mean, we're committed now, right?
Yeah, I hesitate to call anything that's in logic a bad play, right? Like
We can call it inefficient, perhaps.
yeah. I will say there are a number of plays I'd rather be making than this one right now. I mean, it's the only way this is going to be a good play is if it's correct. Like you pull Ice Rod off a Catfish,
Right?
Like
And
that's
hey,
like the
you
only
said
win
you
condition.
were looking for something that could maybe bring underachievers back in the lead, and finding an item like that on Catfish might actually do it. But it looks like we're not gonna do Catfish.
Is this Front of Escape?
Didn't Sabo do Front of Escape?
Sabo's done that though. I don't know if I missed something that was in Front of Escape.
Oh, did Sabo not do Dark Cross?
Which does have an item. It's
Yeah.
20 rupees.
This is probably a while I'm here, I might as well clean up kind of thing.
That is a while I am here. That is that phrase is doing some heavy lifting right there.
We did get knowledge that Meyer is Bombos locked, so that is one of the medallions we will be looking for. But yeah, I like chasing these mitts now on Cowardly Dodger's side. I think given that they both have them, this makes sense. It's Quake, not the one we were looking for. Sabo going for Smith's Chain, which again, it's a myth check. I like it.
And he can do that on the way to Swamp.
Yes.
So this routes in nicely with that.
While GFE takes a world tour.
Yeah, we're doing Catfish.
Oh, there's Ether in Swamp, so we have 2 of our 3 medallions. Oh, and speaking of Ice Rod,
there's Ice Rod.
Just chilling in Checkerboard Cave. Yeah, we do have a number of fetch quest items to do between Mushroom and Shovel. GFE's gonna check this Mushroom. I mean, I'm not unhappy to find a blue potion, but
Could be way worse, honestly. And luckily for GFE, I don't think either of them have done the Zora checks, which makes the Catfish journey a bit more rewarding than it would be.
Yeah,
otherwise.
That's true. I didn't consider that. GFE does have the Zora money, so we'll be able to clear out all these Flippers checks in one go.
And also, if you're looking for like any kind of like redemption for this route, like I don't think either of the Cowardly Dodgers checked Zora. I don't think either of them had the money at the time.
No. And honestly, they have so many things to do right now, I kind of don't see it as being on their radar at the moment. Oh!
Wow. Okay.
Well, GFE redeemed, I guess. That's a pretty good find on Catfish.
Yeah, that's huge. So that's a big one. I don't know when Cowardly Dodgers do that because your typical Catfish route, like if you could do it whenever if you could design the perfect route, it's usually going to be right after Pyramid Fairy, but that's not going to be an option here because Turtle Rock is a 5/6.
Home Record does it right here and goes up Pyramid Catfish from Swamp.
I wouldn't do that personally. Like,
I don't think I would either, but I mean, it's the closest you're really going to get at this point.
I mean, at this point, I'm itching for Dark Death Mountain.
Luckily for Cowardly Dodgers, it was the Fire Rod and not the Ice Rod, because Ice Rod would have been way worse to be there. Because at least Fire Rod locks a couple things. Ice Rod, you're just leaving that forever. All right, getting this shovel check, just a piece of heart, and Sab0's going to go and turn in this green pendant.
So a sword is actually a really annoying item for your teammate.
Or we're not going to do... Okay, there was...
If you like, if you're about to go to, if you know that there's a sword on Zora, do you try to route that in or no?
No, I hope I just find the other ones before then. Especially if there's nothing else in the Zora area. Like, forget that.
A Recidador has a good point in chat that you had to get the fire rod anyway, so you might as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, if
yeah,
knowing that they do have to go to cat, I was thinking that you weren't going to be in the area.
Yeah, if it's completely isolated, I'm probably with you that I try to skip that Zora sword if I can.
All right. Oh, let's see. Can latebit get into TR here? Oh, needs that ether. That's a little unfortunate because, well, sort of. As could have dipped into TR. Probably wouldn't have been able to get very far, but see what Hookshot Cave has. It has nothing. It has a sword. Okay, that's a little bit of an easier one that's on the way to get. So with that Fire Rod knowledge, Underachievers now has Ice Palace available and back of Skullwoods. And I mean, they need to find some medallions, but TR is technically clearable if you combine all the items everybody has.
True, yeah.
Mine was Bombos, yeah. Just to answer a question in chat. So yeah, it's kind of what, we need Bombos and we need a bow. That's what we're looking for. And potentially boots.
Yeah, boots only for GT though. We don't have to clear desert.
Yeah. Well, we do have to clear desert. It is all.
Oh, it's all dungeons, duh.
Yes.
Man, thank God I'm not doing the race.
Yeah, I would recommend clearing desert in this seed, but people can do whatever.
I'm not killing blind. So luckily for underachievers, Cowardly Dodgers are also going to dive pod eastern area without a bow. We know that they're not going to find like literally anything.
Yeah, no, these dungeons are completely dead.
So this is good for underachievers because this would be time that they would have lost otherwise had Cowardly Dodgers found the bow.
Yeah. The longer Cowardly Dodgers go without finding anything, though, the closer it's going to bring them to Catfish.
Yeah, I'm thinking, has either of them dove Skull Woods yet?
Yes. I believe latebit was in Skull Woods as well as Sab0.
Okay, well, yeah, and they both had the mitt. So, because I'm thinking, like, Graveyard Ledge would probably be the closest you're going to get to Catfish unless you just make a random, like, Pyramid Catfish route.
Well, I believe Sab0 already did Graveyard Ledge. I don't remember if latebit did.
Oh, I'm referring to
the
Cowardly Dodgers. Yeah, like,
yeah.
What's their best route back to Catfish?
Yeah, best route back to Catfish is to swim to the portal below Ice Palace, and
it'll be interesting if we see Homewrecker do the walk out of pod.
Oh boy, I can't watch that twice.
Maybe this is the meta, and we're just completely off in left field.
I do think Ice Palace is looking pretty good right now, though, for underachievers. Sab0 just I guess Sab0 probably walks up to Catfish or swims over to Catfish from here after Swamp.
Catfish doing a menu Argus, which is one of the
Nice
more annoying fights in my opinion.
double hit with the hammer there. Yeah, I can't stand this mini fight. I like fighter sword spins. It feels a little bit better than this.
Me too, but to each his own. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever
like
works best for you
the strat
is.
that you're good at is probably better than the
Yep.
faster strat that you're
100%.
not good at.
All right, GFE finally going to pick up that hook shot.
All right, so GFE, you have well, he's got to go get the mitt. So
I think this might be
yeah,
Pyramid Ledge Catfish on late bit side here, because I don't know what else you would be going into this portal for at this point.
well, he hasn't done swamp yet, so
But
that's at least
Homewrecker
one
has,
thing.
and we know that there's nothing in there.
Well, true, yeah. Might as well do it with potentially boots and a sword, or we could go do it
just
now.
do it now. I don't particularly care for this. Well, I don't know. He knows Ether's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you're like, well, and they have that knowledge too.
I guess you're
he knows
go-moding
that
it,
Ether
yeah.
was. So where is? Oh, GFE's probably going to Skull.
So it's got to
No.
be. I thought Sabo checked Graveyard Ledge, but maybe not.
I'm pretty sure he did. I don't think anything was up there.
Yeah, I think it's like $20.
Oh, King's. No, not Kingston. We don't have boots. I don't know what he's doing.
Wants to refill on bombs. I don't know.
Maybe this
Oh
is a
no, we're doing it
miscommunication.
again. I can't. I'm not gonna watch this. I can't.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a miscommunication on the underachiever side that sent GFE to Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah. I mean, I guess the good news here is that, you know, Cowardly Dodgers are going to find this fire rod. As painful as this is.
Yeah, and Cowardly Dodgers also saved a bit of time because I don't think Homewrecker actually did pod or did Bolus pod.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little interesting that opted not to do that, but
I mean, especially if you're taking all the time to go there.
also welcome in raiders from Mr. Ed's channel. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to the race. Alright, GFE's going to head to the back of Skullwoods here. I believe someone in chat has said that both items are in the back. Late. Oh no, wait, late bit got the ether already.
Yeah, that was in Flooded Room, right?
Alright, let's see what Skullwoods has. Heart container, sure. And yeah, Homewrecker getting that fire rod, so I have to assume after Swamp late bit is gonna head up there and grab that as well. And late bit doesn't have enough money for this sword here, so probably not gonna get the Zora one.
Love this route from Sabo. This isn't a portal that you see often in anything other than entrance, really.
Yeah, no, this is good, smart routing for Sabo.
Late bit having a much better say better, a much more convenient Argus fight
Yes.
than Sabo did with the Fighter Sword.
Master Sword makes this a lot more reasonable.
Almost got the Ice Rod kill too. I have the hardest time using Ice Rod against Argus.
I
Really,
can't
just
even
Ice
time
Rod
it with
against
Fire
anything.
Rod. Like, forget Ice Rod. All right.
Like all the talk about NMG execution and dash lines and stuff. Like, dude, show me a solid Ice Rod kill, and I'm like blown away.
Just $300 on Moth for GFE, so nothing in the back of Skull, but that is another crystal. Or rather, the first crystal for GFE. Latebit not taking the convenient portal and instead walking up to Catfish. People just love walking today.
Yeah, especially if he's not doing Pyramid. Maybe I think they've checked Hobo.
Yeah, I mean, this has all been done. Oh, wait, did Homewrecker
maybe
not
not.
do? I guess Homewrecker didn't do this. So, I mean, looking, we don't have a whole... It's just Ice Palace, right? Like, we need to go to Ice Palace. This is... There's really nothing left. Well, actually, that's not true. I guess TR is clearable now. Someone remind me where that Ice Rod was.
Checkerboard.
Right, okay. TR's good too. You send one person to Ice, one person to TR, and then you finish the seed. Easy.
Well, unfortunately, GFE is doing this before Checkerboard, so if hopefully they don't decide to send Sabo up to TR before getting that or up to Dark Death Mountain before getting that information.
Mm-hmm.
So with it being a Bo and Bombos that we leave, I'm going to call Bo being in TR.
I think that's a safe bet, yeah.
Just because that's what I'm feeling. And
then
then
Bombos and Ice Palace because Firewatch Fire is the joke. Yeah.
Yeah, Bombos of course is going to be an ice. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Hard to argue. Alright, late bit is gonna go ice here.
I like this. I mean, immediately rush the dungeon that you just unlocked.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to do that in all dungeons.
Yeah, and then I guess you send Homewrecker to grab... Well, so Homewrecker's gonna get Samaria too. I actually might have had sent late bit up to TR and then Homewrecker dies. Oh, Sabo is going up the mountain here.
Well, one thing, Homewrecker hasn't picked up his cane yet.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, this is not great for underachievers. Because Sabo's going to be spending some time up here that could have been spent clearing TR.
Yeah. GFE and I had conversations the other day about how to route Mire, like the most efficient way with regards to Mirror, which it was with regards to like if you're doing Desert and Mire, whether you do Mire first or you do Desert first. And I've always done Desert first, just because to me I hate walking out of Mire. But he got into talking about mirror transitions and all that, so I'm wondering if that's playing into his decision to delay Checkerboard till after the dungeon.
All right, Homewrecker heading into Thieves' Town, so this will get home the Samaria.
So, question for you. All right, you're Sabo. Let's assume you're in the front of TR, and GFE says, "Wait a minute, the Ice Rod is in Checkerboard." Do you continue clearing TR, or do you go? Do you leave?
I leave because you're gonna have to do another mountain climb anyway to to get up to GT, so just leave, get your ice rod, and then.
True, but if your only bow is in TR and not locked behind the ice rod,
Yeah, I mean,
like it's a choice, you know, like it's not so obvious.
it's a situation I don't want to be in. And yeah, the bad news is about to come. Yeah, GFE finding that ice rod.
So if I'm Sabo now, because I'm not in TR, I probably immediately go to ice.
Yeah, and then send
I'm
GFE up the mountain.
Yeah, GFE clears swamp and then goes up the mountain.
But it looks like GFE's gonna go do ice here.
Yeah, if GFE's doing ice, I'm not so sure what Sabo's gonna do. And they may have just talked about
leave the mountain, get ice rod, come back. I mean, that's probably what you do, right?
So GFE realizes, okay, GFE's realizing he doesn't have ether, so now he's gonna do swamp. Or he's going back to ice, okay.
This is like a panicked communication of like, oh no, I forgot such and such a thing. Well, should I do this? Should I do that? And they're probably having a quick talk about what to do. And Sabo was like, no, it's fine. I'll just go get ice rod and reclimb the mountain. And then so GFE's gonna head back into ice.
Yeah, I mean, GFE's got to do swamp eventually anyway, so I probably just would have caught up on the dungeons rather than going for the new info here. But who knows? I mean, for all we know, both Bombos and a Bo's in here. Although late bit's already been through here, so I guess we kind of have that info.
Yeah, it looks like I think we found all 3 items already, so Ice Palace not turning up much. So yeah, TR does look to be the answer. Unless pedestal.
You have a point.
But probably TR.
It's kind of interesting. Something I didn't realize about the fire rod is that that's actually our first like fire source in lgeneral, because late bit had already checked the mire area, but he just didn't have fire when he was around desert.
Lamps in Mimic Cave. All right, late bit opting to grab this Zora sword after ice. I mean, this is if you want to grab it, this is your next best chance to do it. I think I probably would have played the odds already being on Master Sword, but this is fine too.
Yeah, I mean, in his defense, this is the closest you're ever going to be to it.
Yeah, I think it's a fine choice. Alright, so late bit is gonna head up to TR now. Sabo's gonna get back up here first. Yeah. Rest in peace, late bit. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Looks like late bit's stream has froze a little bit. We will try to get that back up as soon as possible. In the meantime, actually, I don't think I have powers to switch audio or anything.
Well, there's
like
the
that.
bow.
Just the first chest in TR. Oh man, this is gonna feel a little bad if Bombos is also just up here.
See, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like, not that I fault Sabo for leaving at all, especially with the ice rod knowledge, but it's, you know, it's a really hard call to make, because if you stay here and progression is here, then yeah, it's rough.
It's like we may have lost Homewrecker as well.
Laybit said, if I can't have fun, Nobody can have fun.
They are dodging the restream. All right, so I mean, Bombos kind of has to be in here too, right? I mean, there's not a whole lot left other than I wasn't counting items in Eastern and Pod. I don't know if those have items in them.
GFE is going to pull pedestals, so we will see what's going on here.
Looks like we got $20. Pretty good. So yeah, it seems like Bombos is just going to be in TR as well.
Either that or Pyramid Fairy. Pyramid Fairy is also something that we have. I mean, I agree with you that this is the most likely offender, but just, calling out all the options.
Yes, because, Pod is clearable now with that bow.
Latebit lives, and most certainly has the bow.
I would hope so. I would have been concerned if he got this far into TR and didn't have the bow. I am looking forward to seeing where this lamp is, actually, because this is kind of funny so far. It's got to be... It's like a Crystal Roller Room or something, or Mimic Cave. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties. Bear with us. We're trying to get that sorted out. Alright, just a heart container in Mimic Cave.
I'm sitting here trying to take stock of the dungeons that have been cleared, and I'm having difficulty trying to decide who actually might be in the lead here.
It's really tough right now because Sabo's a little behind on dungeons compared to everyone else right now, but if I had to guess, I think I'd put Cowardly Dodger slightly in the lead right now just because Sabo is only at 2 dungeons cleared. Also, Lamp and TR Big Chest, so haha, funny game. Did Home get Ice Rod? That's a good question. I sure hope he did.
I would be surprised if he didn't. Sabo's getting a little bit low on health here.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Everyone's still on... Or, are we on blue mail? Sabo's on red mail, even. Alright, we're looking for Bombos. We're also looking for boots. Can we get boots, maybe? Can we not put boots in GT? There's the boots. Okay, we got them. Now we can do laser skips. Oh, wait, what?
Sabo skipped.
Is it map, compass, small key guaranteed there as the last 3? I haven't been counting items.
I don't know that anybody counts those items. Maybe. There's no way he thinks the boots are go mode.
Unless it was another miscommunication on things. Oh yeah, you can't guarantee 3 items because Trinex could have Map or Compass. Yeah. Right, yeah, so that's definitely a mistake. Well, we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that that's not where Bombos is. Okay, now it could be Map Compass Small Key.
Well, latebit is going to show us what's going on very soon. Although he did just have a death.
GFE is going to follow here up to TR, which makes sense. Can't be Small Key? I wasn't counting. I'm just trying to...
I don't know if you can have 2 small keys on Laser Bridge.
Well, it wouldn't have been 2. It would have been
Oh, yeah,
one,
it wouldn't have been 2. Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't counting how many keys we had picked up. Also, I'm just trying to give Sabo the benefit of the doubt here. I'm trying to come up with the best way I can to give the benefit of the doubt. Alright, let's see what we got. We got a map. We got a shield. And see, Sabo knew what he was doing.
Wow.
Just dodging the garbage.
I think we just lost the right to call any other team lucky for the rest of the season.
We had like a luckiest team of the week kind of thing.
Wow,
now,
that's crazy.
Do you think GFE ends up checking those coming through here again?
Unless there's some kind of a miscommunication where Sabo's like, oh no, Laser Bridge is dead. Which I don't see. Maybe Sabo miscalculated, thought it was dead, so he just told GFE, like, only check the first chest and you're good. Other than that, I think GFE 100% checks that. I mean, if you're walking out a pod just to check, you know, catfish just in case, pyramid catfish, like, yeah, I think you definitely check the extra chests on Laser Bridge.
So GFE picking up that Tempered Sword in Hookshot Cave. So yeah, seems like Pyramid Fairy's probably the unless there's an item on Helma or Armos. Again, I was not tracking when we were in there.
So, depending on latebit and Homewrecker's route, something interesting to consider is that they don't have the pod info yet. We see Sabo going straight to the boss. But Homewrecker and latebit, if they do an early like pod play, they're full clearing the dungeon.
Oh right, Home didn't. Yeah, because Home bailed on pod. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so latebit is probably in a full clear pod here. Oh yeah, boost checks we have available. So King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks are available now. Homewrecker, buddy, you're gonna want to open Crystal Roller there.
It was a TR big chest, right?
He needs a key. He doesn't have a key. There's no key on Laser Bridge. Well, this is unfortunate.
He wanted the boots so he could get that key faster.
Oh, okay. Well, we're about to get the bad news.
And he has to walk it back because he doesn't... If he mirrors, he's going back to the front of the dungeon, right?
Yeah. because he skipped the lamp, so he didn't go through the thing. All right, there's some chat going on here. Where was the other TR small? I don't know how to go backwards. Well, I guess you just hold up, left, right, to go backwards.
Yeah,
through this
I think you hold up for like 2 curves, and then you just hold left and then up. Oh, I'm being told up all the way. I think I usually delay or something, because I think if you go like immediately up, you get hit by the
I've never
fireball.
gone backwards through that room in the dark, I will admit, so I'm not sure.
GFE is going for the lamp.
I think that's fine. It's not super far out of the way.
You haven't done Meyer yet, so
Yeah.
it's not awful.
Yeah.
Also, you have Dark Pod, which with Fire Rod isn't bad, but
Yeah.
you know.
We don't know if we're going to get half magic, and it could be silverless, so it's nice to have the lamp for that, too. Alright, so we'll see if GFE ends up doing these laser bridge checks. Yeah, I don't know. I think this suddenly got closer. I had Cowardly Dodgers as having a bit of a lead now, but I'm not entirely sure now. I think dungeon counts are evening up quite a bit.
Yeah, Turtle Rock just was not very kind to the Cowardly Dodgers.
Alright, GFE getting those boots, and ignoring the rest. Okay, so it must have been Sabo saying, hey, laser bridge has nothing.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list of questions to ask at the end of this race.
Just make a note here for all the times GFE has said the one time he skips an item and it screws him. This is one time where it did not. All right, where is this Bombos? It's Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, either Pyramid Fairy, or do we actually do the boots checks?
We didn't do the boots checks. Maybe we find a book. Oh, please. Okay, I thought Home was trying to get into GT. He's just going to do Hera. I don't think doing Hera here makes a lot of sense, honestly.
I would combo Hera with GT.
Yeah,
unless there's an item left in here.
I don't think...
Oh, this is Hera Basement.
This can't be happening.
Wow. Has he killed Moldorm yet?
There's no way. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe what I'm seeing right now.
Has Homewrecker killed Moldorm yet? Is like the big key down here?
The big key is down here. Has
I wonder
Homewrecker
if this is a Hera
been
pot?
replaced by an imposter?
GFE is doing Aga before Pyramid Fairy, I think.
I don't. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I guess.
I don't know about this.
It's a little interesting. All right, Helmwrecker gets the big key from Hera Basement. I'm sure he's thrilled right now. Boy, he's gonna never hear the end of this.
Okay, I guess there was an item left in Hera.
I certainly hope so, because if Homewrecker's doing this for nothing, then this is... Okay, there was an item.
Okay, so I guess he just did the first floor. And I guess late bit told him like, oh, by the way, there's an item in Hera, so if you want to do that,
if you
it
want
makes
to
a
do
little
that,
sense.
if you willingly want to go to Hera Basement,
Yeah, I don't think Hera Basement was the best play there. I probably would try to clean up boot checks, and late bits got Pyramid Fairy coming up here relatively soon. Well, I guess now I'm thinking about it, late bit wouldn't make it to Pyramid Fairy before Homewrecker leaves the mountain. So
yeah, probably not. All right, so I guess Home goes to do pod now. No, we're gonna do.
Skull? No, he's done.
No, he's done Skull. I mean, we know Graveyard Ledge nothing. Is this? What is this?
Did they do Smith Chain? Has any? Well, no, Sabo's done Smith Chain.
Yeah, Sabo did Smith Chain. Maybe they did Smith Chain. No, we're going. No. Maybe they didn't do Graveyard Ledge? What is happening?
Is this a Aghanim Scout? Lumberjack Scout?
Did we not check this?
Oh man, I'm gonna feel foolish if Bamos has been like on Aga this whole time.
There's no way. Oh, whoops.
Bamos is on Lumberjack. We're giving GFE grief for this Bamos play.
Imagine paying attention.
Oh man.
Okay, well that's good knowledge to have.
GFE, Sabo, I am so sorry that I doubted you. I thought this Aga play was ridiculous.
You still should have checked Laser Bridge. Wait, no, they shouldn't have checked Laser Bridge because the boots were actually go mode. No, everything. Okay, everything is better now. All right. You still shouldn't have walked out of pod.
Wow.
It all makes sense.
We're the worst commentators ever.
No, this is entertaining. All right, well, I think, man, I still don't know who I would put in the lead here.
So wait a minute, so does this mean that... So why did Homewrecker do Hera that way then?
Well, Hera, they didn't know, they never checked. So, as far as they were concerned, Bombos could have been.
Because Latebit's doing Aga now, which I can only assume means that he has the... Oh, wait, because Homewrecker just scouted it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right, yeah, I forgot about that, yeah. So that knowledge was their go mode.
Oh, I can't wait till GFE watches this back and listens to us rag on him for an hour.
Dude, the lack of faith we had in Sabo skipping Laser Bridge. And...
Homewrecker, please, what is this room? What are you doing? Yeah, I will say, not scouting Lumberjack at the start is actually a pretty big mistake on Carolee Dodger's side. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you're already kind of walking over each other, so it's anything you can do to kind of give you a little bit of breathing room from doing the same thing your opponent's doing is generally a good thing. And Lumberjack, I mean, it's just right there at the beginning. You got 2 bush crabs and a tree pool. It's just generally it's a very safe route. I'm not gonna say like it's objectively correct, but there are very few ways that route can burn you. deciding to check it versus skipping it.
Yeah, so like latebit is slightly ahead on dungeons versus GFE, but Sabo's slightly ahead versus Homewrecker, I think. So this is shaping up to be pretty close. Alright, well, according to our man in the field, underachievers are a pod and an Aga climb ahead at the moment. -2 hairs. You do the math. Alright, Sabo taking down Aga, GFE finishing a pod. So GFE just needs to mirror here, knock out Eastern.
And GFE and Sabo are kind of lucky that they both kind of get to go mode Hera in a sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting that
that's
neither
pretty
one
nice.
of them have gone upstairs at this point in the race.
Yeah, latebit's route here is pretty cool. Well, that unfinished Skull Woods on latebit's side is kind of unfortunate. Because otherwise it's just Mire Desert and then head up to GT.
Kind of random, but I might have actually picked up those arrows on Sabo's end there.
Yeah, a little low. Alright, Sabo just making sure that the pedestal is still there.
Yeah, I think he got confused. Again, I would pick up those arrows. But yeah, I think he's thought Lumberjack was where the pedestal is.
Yeah. I think Homewrecker deciding not to get that lamp is actually going to potentially cost Cowardly Dodgers here. Depending on how cleanly Home can do Mire Basement in the dark, and depending on, hitting potentially Fire on Torch Glitch.
Yeah, even as I say, even if you're confident in your Mire Dark Rooms, it's still going to be slower than Spooky Glitch.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're one of those maniacs who can do Spooky in the dark. Alright, Sabo gonna head into Mire here. Well, I guess we're both gonna head into Mire at the same time. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing else there. It's unfortunate. Like, you hate to be in this situation.
Yeah, I kind of think I would have let... I agree with Fear. I think I would have let GFE do the scouting in Mire while Sabo does a little cleanup, finishing Desert, maybe.
Yeah. Which also, though, we did just see that Sabo thought, got Pedestal and Lumberjack confused, so there may be a little bit of tilt.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or maybe tilt's a strong word, but, just a bit of scattered. Also, again, I'll mention it because he passed them twice in the Lost Woods. Sab0's arrow count is a lot lower than where you'd want to be going into a Vidi fight.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing where you're like, okay, I'm in go mode, and you're not necessarily paying super close attention to that because you're used to, if you're playing a solo seed, you're pretty much always going to have full stock of bombs and arrows because you're opening every chest. So sometimes that kind of just slips your mind.
So GFE is going straight to Tower of Hair after this. Sab0 is going to clear. Oh, Sab0 has Skull
Yeah,
Woods
there's
to do as
Skull
well.
Woods, yeah. Yeah, the Skull Woods left was a little awkward, same as it was for late bit, but I do think oh no, can't bonk that one. I do think underachievers are still in the lead here.
Yeah, I think GFE is going to be late bit, but I'm not sure between Homewrecker and sab0tender.
Yeah, it's close. So Homewrecker is just going to be able to basically go mode Mire because the big key is very accessible, and then Home just needs to go from. Yeah, I mean, Home's going to be in GT before Sab0.
And sab0 is one arrow short of killing Vitreous here.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but I mean, it's okay. You could just theoretically just do spins here if you wanted to preserve your arrows. Home needs to do. Oh, Home hasn't done Castle Tower yet. Oh yeah, never mind. I thought Home had already done Castle Tower.
Oh wow, yeah.
Okay, yeah, underachievers are definitely in the lead.
Okay, sab0, you do have some arrows, dude.
It's got to save him for Landmo, right?
Whew, that made me nervous. I don't know if it's his FPS or what, but yeah, that was scaring me a little bit.
Oh yeah, Home's got Lampless Castle. I mean, Lampless Castle Towers, whatever. It's not really
Lampless
that hard
Castle
with Fire
and
Rod.
Mire.
Yeah, the Mire one's a little more annoying, but yeah, no, this is looking like underachievers are in a good spot right now.
Yeah, GFE has a just enough arrows to get through GT if he finds like an early big key and doesn't have to fight Ice Armos. There are arrows on the way though if he needs them. sab0 is grabbing a couple of arrow pots, so that's good. Oh, he just passed one though. He really could have used that one as well.
I think 12 is okay for where Sab0's at now. Because you have your 8 for Mimics, you can pick up the extra 5 under the pot in Mimic 2, and then you're pretty good to go from there. All right, GFE finishing his final dungeon before heading into GT. I don't know. People like doing the big key thing. I don't really care about it. If you want to guess what number the big key is, do it. If not, that's fine. You have approximately 15 seconds to get numbers. All right, for the first time in history, we have no guesses for the GT Big Key. Wow, okay, well, good thing we got those boots. And there's the Big Key. GFE is a little short on arrows here.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about. Just with the, like, you got just enough. Which luckily he has sword beam, so you can hit the switch with sword beams.
Yeah, you just have to be a little careful in Mimic 2 because you can potentially despawn those arrows if you don't kill one of the Mimics first. I don't know if GFE is a Mimic Clipper. I'm gonna guess not, based on the fact that he potion glitched earlier. Alright, gets away with it, just needs to make sure he hits these.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't Mimic Clip here, but Mimics are one of those things that once it messes up, like it can be very hard to correct. Like if you follow the strat, it's the easiest room in the game. But mistakes in Mimics are sometimes very difficult to recover from.
And just to make it through with one arrow remaining, latebit about to head into GT as well. Get your guesses in chat if you want to guess where the Big Key is.
Homewrecker having some issues with that portal. It can be very finicky to swim in and out of those portals.
Right. Latebit picking up the Big Key, gonna grab a small key and then head on up. So yeah, Latebit and GFE gonna be pretty close here. I think Sabo's a little too far ahead of Homewrecker right now.
GFE unfortunately not getting great Stalfos RNG, so his arrows are not hitting anything. GFE's also a bit low on health, and I don't think he has a fairy.
Yeah, I don't think GFE has any safeties.
I know at one point he found a bottle with a blue potion that I don't think he's consumed. I know there was at least one in Meyer's shed.
Yeah.
I think there was one maybe somewhere.
Oh, no, he does have the blue there. Yeah, okay. We just saw that on the screen. Alright, Latebit heading up to the gauntlet. Oh, Wizrobes. Or not Wizrobes, the Zazax being on the good prize pack. Actually, it's Stalfos. Everything's on the good prize pack on the gauntlets. That's actually pretty nice.
So I think at this point it is starting to become a little clear. I mean, obviously GFE has a lead on Latebit up into the gauntlet, but we basically have Sabo's Tower of Hera against
Homewrecker's
Dark Mire. But also, when Sabo finishes his dungeon, he's going to be right at the doorstep of GT.
Right. Yeah, this Dark Mire, honestly, not picking up that lamp is looking worse and worse right now.
Yeah, I completely agree. And also, which, I mean, I don't know. One thing I'll ask them, I'm not sure how they felt. Maybe they felt really late to the fire ride, so maybe he felt like he had to cut some corners.
Yeah, could be. But getting through Dark Mire pretty well. Does the bonk shot strat there in the first room, gets to the second room pretty easily, so this is about as good of a Dark Mire as you can hope to have. Nice triple there from GFE.
Sabo with the Legacy Harrowpot set up there.
All right, GFE taking down Aga. Oh, getting beat up by Moldorm a little bit here.
Man, Moldorm is not being kind to Sabo at all.
Gets them down in round 2, so that is going to be the final dungeon. So yeah, Sabo ahead of Homewrecker by about a mountain climb right now. And GFE is ahead of latebit by about a Ganon fight. So right now, underachievers are definitely in the driver's seat for this race.
Yeah, Homewrecker does have a not good arrow count, though, for where the big key is.
Yeah, 2 is not great, actually. Yeah, you check Hope Room and cross your fingers, or do you dig outside here for arrows?
I mean, I think at this point, you pray that there's some in Dark Magician Room or Hope Room.
Yeah, I mean, Home could just mimic clip. He is. I'm being told that he is a very good clipper. So, but that's also going to be slower than having arrows, but maybe not slower than hunting for arrows. All right, late bit dropping into Ganon here as GFE getting through the last couple spins of phase 4. And that's going to do it. GFE taking down Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for GFE, who will be the first person finishing. With a official race time of 1:26 flat.
So Homewrecker is right on Sabo's tail, but again, he's short arrows, so...
Well, we do know the scout posts are in the good prize pack, so he could try to get lucky there. Or he could just clip. I don't know. It looks like he's just going to clip it.
I mean...
if you're confident in it. Oh, late bit missing the torch glitch, unfortunately. That's,
man, thank God he grabbed half magic.
Yeah. All right. We are... home, please. Okay, I thought he was aware of the fact that he didn't have arrows, but apparently he was not. Yeah, this is frustrating on late bit side for sure. Like, this is not an enjoyable fight.
That was a very good mimic clip, though.
Yeah, Home is a very good clipper. This is going to be pretty fast here. Yep, done.
Very nice.
Who needs arrow? Oh, didn't expect.
Late bit managing this Ganon fight very well.
Yes, Yeah, Homewrecker deciding to pick up the arrows after mimic clipping. Yeah, man, I can totally feel the frustration from late bit right now because you were, you know, you saw that GFE finished like right as you were starting the Ganon fight, and then this happens, and you're like, oh man, I just wasted like 90 seconds with this phase 4.
And for me, it's like you almost wonder if falling would be faster, but you're like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna truck through it, and then you mess it up, and it's like, oh, I should have just taken the fall.
Right. But yeah, get your GGs in chat for late bit, who will be finishing second place, time of 128.55. So GFE has bought Sabo about 3 minutes or so. And I mean, Sabo looks like he's going to finish before Homewrecker anyway, but it's nice to have that buffer regardless. Oh man,
Oh,
yeah.
Sabo with the fall.
Sabo and Moldorm not good friends today.
And Sabo has a good lead, but if we're talking like falls and stuff like that, it's not an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, I mean, having that three-minute buffer definitely helps for sure. But yeah, I mean, Home is quickly catching up to Sabo here. It's still going to require some kind of Ganon fall or death on Sabo's side, I think, for underachievers to drop this one, but we will see. It's a good triple.
Where was Half Magic again?
It was in Moldorm 2 chest.
Okay. Couldn't remember if it was pre-Moldorm.
Wait, this is not speed game. I can call it validation chest here. Alright, Sabo dropping into Ganon. I think you're feeling pretty good right now if you're GFE and Sabo. You know, Home hasn't finished. You know that GFE has built that 3-minute lead. You kind of want to. Oh, okay. I was gonna say you kind of want to just take this Ganon fight nice and easy here and get it done, but or we can be on half a heart. Oh, okay. Well,
this is fine. This is fine. This is
still fine. But you can't do that too many times.
Okay, so that's not a good thing.
That is the most frustrating thing in the world when you get in his way.
He didn't get the spear off the spin, so he wasn't going to get the 1-in-1 anyways. Just play it nice and safe. But safer than that. Okay, so we're still on the final phase here, or on the next to last phase.
My Home didn't get the 1-in-1 either, so
this is about to be like crazy close.
Yeah, Sabo on. Oh, Boy, that was a lucky.
Just got lobotomized by a fire bat fire.
All right, both players on phase 3. Sabo ahead by 1 tile line. And Ganon's going to warp a million times. Oh, no. So Sabo also misses the torch glitch. Home also misses the torch glitch.
Oh my gosh. What is this?
Home didn't even try to get it. That was just like ignoring it.
Well, Homewrecker also doesn't have the lamp, so maybe he's just like, I don't know how to do this.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair. Home is managing his fight a little bit better, though. He's doing a pretty good job of staying on cycle here.
Yeah, Sabo with that fire rod and the lamp, he's just able to conserve magic a little better here.
Yeah, but I don't think you need to conserve the magic that much. You have half magic. Like, just use fire rod. Get your triples in.
True, but I can say at least from experience that like if you don't have a potion, you really don't want to run out of magic here. So you might play it more conservative than you have to.
Does finish first here. Homewrecker, GG's for Homewrecker, finishing in 3rd place. The time of 1:34.57. That 3-minute lead that GFE built in is coming into play here. Definitely some nerves, probably. Sabo sees that finish from Homewrecker, but yeah, we're pretty close to the end of the Ganon fight here. I think.
I hope.
All right, we're gonna go for phase 4 singles here. It looks like, just to make sure we get this. Okay, there it is.
Okay. Oof.
Woo! All right, get your GGs in chat for Sabo, finishing up here with a time of 1:36.01. And I do believe, if my math is correct, that gives Underachievers the win by not a whole lot, but it does give them the win.
A win is a win. We take those.
All right, let's see if we can get some runners in. Oh, they're all piling in now. Okay.
Trainer, you okay?
Hello, runners. GG's.
What just happened?
A lot of things happened.
Sabo had a heart attack like 50 times in the past 4 minutes of the seed. Oh, man. There's my boy.
He trained it too, by the way.
No.
3 out of the 4 runners missed torch glitch.
Yay.
There were 3 torches. It was a weird Ganon.
Like, if you were wondering why Sabo never decided to do Tapahera, it's because Moldorm,
Also, I just want to say, before we get too far into this, if you guys watch this back, GFE and Sabo, ignore everything P-Train and I say for the first hour. Just ignore it.
Yeah, so I owe you guys an apology. Apparently nobody saw you scout Lumberjack.
Oh.
So when Sabo got the boots and then noped out of Laser Bridge, we were like, what is he thinking? Is it nerves? And I was like, well, surely GFE's going to check it. And then GFE skips it too. And we're like, what is going on? Like, do they just... Like, what almost is on Laser Bridge? And then GFE makes the Aga play, and we thought you were doing AGA to make Pyramid more effective, and we were like, "Just this is such a bad play."
I would never do that. You do Pyramid into AGA, man. Come on.
That's what we were all talking about, and then of course you just beeline it to Lumberjack. We're like, "Oh my God, has it been here the entire time?" So you'll enjoy that for a significant, like basically ever since Turtle, like from the moment Sabo clears Turtle Rock, you'll really enjoy the commentary from that point on.
Good stuff.
But man, this was a nail biter.
Yeah, we knew definitely when we drew you guys, like, this is going to be wild. This is going to be a really nice race.
Hey, Sabo.
And I'm really glad that GFE could drag my corpse across the finish line at the end there.
I'm just glad you could drag your corpse across the finish line. You didn't tell me.
You
were on one heart. You didn't say that. Wow.
I was so stressed out. I'm so bad at that fight. It's not good.
You know what's funny?
You were good enough.
Good enough, I guess.
Let me say what's funny. I considered starting up again after I got through my credits to go find the Silvers and Meyer.
Oh, really? To help me out?
I considered it. If I had been in Big Chest, you would have saved time, man.
So we I mean, obviously we've heard from the underachievers. I also want to hear from Cowardly Dodgers.
Yes.
Both runners made the choice, GFE on the underachiever side, and I believe it was Homewrecker on the Cowardly Dodgers side, to walk from the pod area to Pyramid and then Catfish, which both Gilgamesh and I, like, we were kind of, because at this point I think both of you had the MITS knowledge. Homewrecker, I think y'all might have had more of the seed done, but in particular, like when GFE was doing this walk, like I think Sabo was in Thieves Town, GFE had the MITS knowledge, so you have, and the hookshot knowledge, so you have Swamp, you have Dark Death Mountain. So on your end, Homewrecker, what were y'all talking about during that time where you made the decision to walk out of pod and to do Catfish, Pyramid Catfish, over maybe some of the other decisions you had at that time?
Well, really, there wasn't much left to do. I was looking at the map and I'm like, we've got this area. I don't remember what latebit was doing at the time, but it was like that, or do this chain of stuff, or do out of logic pod. I'm like, oh, big keys in front. It's bow locked. We have no bow. And then I just said, forget it. Let's leave.
All right, Home. Sorry, we got to address the elephant in the room real quick. You know what it is.
Look. I don't know what to say. I was not happy the whole time, in case you didn't notice.
We saw the slashes. You were enjoying yourself.
Yes. I didn't. This was after TR, right? We were still looking for Bombos, and all I could think was, I have to do this, don't I? I've never hated myself more in my life.
This goes back. So why didn't you guys scout Lumberjack at the start?
I just forgot.
Okay.
Like, that's on me. I just straight up forgot.
Fair.
Like, I'm so sad about it, but that definitely cost us a ton of time. Like, what, all of a pod dip and doing Hera Basement?
Yeah.
Among
saved yourself doing Hera Basement, of all things.
Yeah.
There was another thing that kind of happened on the Cowardly Dodgers end that, like, we were talking about who may or may not be in the lead, and it was very unclear until the Cowardly Dodgers hit Turtle Rock.
Oh dear.
And things got real bad for y'all. So talk us through that. Like, what was going on? Were there miscommunications? Because I mean, late bit you had the death, which I'm sure was somewhat tilting. And then Homewrecker, you made the decision to skip the lamp, which just kind of compounded once you had to do Aga and Meyer, and you just kind of bled time here and there. And also the pod turtle room also was a bit difficult without that lamp.
Not getting the small key and crystal roller and having to go backwards.
Yeah, that was the issue. So when I was in Crystal Roller, it was that moment I was like, wait, I forgot the lamp. And I was like, oh, it's big chest. Forget it. I'm just not getting it. It's too much time. And then in that moment of thinking about that, I forgot about the small key.
Gotcha. Okay. So it wasn't a conscious decision to skip the lamp. It was an accident.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. That's I thought it was a conscious decision, and I was questioning that. But if it was an accident, I'd still question it, but less so.
Oh wow, he skipped that.
Yeah, things
Yeah, I
got a
mean,
little
honestly
sideways.
though, like now that I think about it, like once you've already skipped it, like if you're in Crystal Roller,
No, you don't go back.
yeah, I don't think I go
Yeah,
back
agreed,
for that.
agreed.
So yeah,
Like
I
I
think
would
at
have.
that point the time was probably a wash or close to it.
Yeah. Like I was. If I had just had Aga left, like I probably skip it, to be honest, on purpose. But like with Aga and Meyer and having to finish pod,
And
like there's enough.
to
that-
Homewrecker's credit, like your dark rooms were very clean, even without the lamp. So it ended up not making a
Nice.
huge difference.
Nice.
also beautiful mimic clips, Homewrecker.
Yes.
Oh yes, thank you. That was also an accident. I
But
did
figured
not
after you
count
killed
it.
the first mimic.
He left his last dungeon with 2 arrows.
I almost had that same problem. I couldn't miss an arrow. We'll say that.
Well,
This is
and
kind
I
of the problem with being comfortable with mimic clipping is that I don't think about my arrows anymore sometimes, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, here we go.
yeah, GFE also had a low arrow count as
Yeah.
well.
I
I
thought
guess
of them in the middle of the Vidivot. I forgot to pick up the ones in Meyer.
yeah. One question I also wanted to ask was just the general like perception of the fire rod, because GFE. Again, like when you made the play, you have the myths knowledge, hookshot knowledge, so you're
Hey,
like, okay, dark death
let
mountain
me
swamp.
defend myself. I hated walking out of pod, but like I could mirror to clean up hobo. I could do pyramid cleanup, dark cross because Sabo hadn't done that. And then I could turn in mushroom and do catfish and clean up Zora area. So like I hated the walk, but it felt like, I was cleaning up a lot on my way. But yeah, Fire Rod honestly felt good. There was the world that I thought maybe someone started Hot Cave to Catfish, but that's not very common anymore.
Late bit and Homewrecker, y'all got to it maybe 10, 15 minutes after GFE did. I don't think you suffered for it. But at the same time, like when you found the fire rod, like how were you feeling? Did you feel like, oh snap, this is a fine, we feel great about this, or did you feel like, oh, underachievers have probably had this for some time now?
It felt very much like a close to last location. We were probably not the first ones here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we were running pretty short on things to do at that point, so it did not feel great.
Cool. Well, any other thoughts about the siege? Just general thoughts, how you felt about it?
I'm gonna go practice TR for about 20 hours.
I think you guys, I think all three of you need to just practice Torch Glitch, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Jeez.
You,
We should all have
you missed
little
one
practice
torch
sessions
glitch, and here we
together.
go.
We blame the
To
the
be
game
fair,
for that. It eats your
Homewrecker,
input, which
you'll
is
get a
awful.
pass because Homewrecker didn't have the lamp. So
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
okay.
yeah.
We'll
That's
excuse
fine.
him.
That is fine. Yep.
Yeah, this will be a
but
spicy
no
one to
excuse for
watch
the
back.
others.
I'm bad. That's my excuse.
Just hope for silvers in round 2. I get
Yeah,
to sit
really.
out round 2, so
Nice.
I don't have to endure that again.
Oh.
P-Train, for your sake, let's hope boots are a little earlier.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I don't want go mode boots.
What? What are you talking about? It was Go Mode Bombos, man. You didn't even know where it was.
He's got you there.
Nice.
Dude, we were talking so much smack about the laser.
I know. We were.
Yeah, we said lots of things. All right,
I'll just
that's
say,
all I have. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just say, thanks to you guys for doing comms and tracking P-Train, Gilga, Relkin, and Fear Agent doing the tracking. So that's awesome. Thanks for making this happen. It's always fun to be on a restream. So yeah, thanks. And yeah, GG's again to the guys. I'll see you guys on Thursday.
Yep.
Yes, thanks again, everyone, for coming together to make this happen. Always appreciate it.
yeah, this being my first league match, being thrown into a nail biter like this was fun.
Cool.
Well, awesome. Gilgamesh, you want to close this out?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Big thank you to both of our trackers, Relkin and Fear Agent. Again, appreciate the help out here. Thank you, Arterial, for getting the restream going, and thank you to the runners for letting us restream you. And thank you to everyone in chat for, doing chat things. If you'd like to see, make sure you follow the runners. We got the links in the chat there. All these guys are really good at the game, so give them a follow. We got some more matches. This is the last one for tonight, but we got a big slate of matches for tomorrow. There's a ton of open league matches scheduled for the ALTTPR League channels, and there's a handful of invitational matches on Speed Gaming that don't currently have the restreams set up, but we'll probably get them, so keep an eye out. Otherwise, thank you all again for watching, and have a wonderful evening.